Hello and welcome to the Vital Lutheran 5 podcast. I'm Cam.
And I'm Emily.
And you guys, first of all, sorry for the slack and not uploading in almost a month. This is like the longest we've ever gone without uploading, but oh well, is what I'm saying. So today we're going to be reviewing some Syracuse basketball games from the past month.
Yeah.
And towards the end of the episode, we have a little bit of surprise, we'll call it. So, Emal, the first game we have to review is Pitt at Syracuse, which occurred December 30th, 2023. So let's get into it.
All right. Well, surprisingly, Syracuse won this game. It was a good win for them. The final score was 81-73. And the player of the game, shockingly, was actually Quadir Copeland. He had 22 points, 9 rebounds, 4 assists, 3 steals, and he played 24 minutes. Great game for him.
Definitely. Other key contributors, we got Malik Brown, who had 15 points, 8 rebounds, 1 assist, 2 steals, 1 block in 31 minutes. Benny Williams, 15 points, 7 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 block in 24 minutes. So it seems like Benny really does not like Pitt. And it's funny because we're going to talk about the game they played. We played them again, and we're going to cover that, obviously. But Benny posted after they won, like, you just lost to Red Autry on the story. So he obviously does not like Pitt, which I find funny. And then the other key contributor was Judah Mintz, and he had 12 points, 1 rebound, 5 assists, 3 steals, and he played 27 minutes. So some pretty good games from these guys. Glad we were able to beat Pitt, who was a really good team last year and probably tournament bound this year.
Yeah. Some other stats, J.J. Starling had 9 points, 1 rebound, 3 assists, 2 steals in 36 minutes. And Chris Bell had 4 points, 2 rebounds, 1 assist in 19 minutes. And then we have Naheem McLeod. He had 2 points, 1 rebound, 1 steal, 4 blocks in 9 minutes. And then we have Justin Taylor, 2 points, 3 rebounds, 1 steal in 15 minutes, so not much there. And even worse, we have Kyle Cuff with 0 positive recorded stats, and he played 5 minutes.
Yeah, when I was writing the script, I'm like, well, Kyle did absolutely nothing in 5 minutes, so I'm going to put no positive recorded stats because it was just zeros all across the board. And then he had like 2 or 3 fouls, I think. So I'm like, jeez.
Yeah.
All right, some notes from this game. Judah fouled out with only a few minutes left in the game. And our solution to Judah fouling out was to put Kyle in the game when JT and Chris are on the bench. Like,
why would you put Kyle in when you got 2 starters on the bench?
Exactly.
Make it make sense. Our next game, guys, a not so positive one. It was the game against Duke, which was January 14th. So Syracuse lost this game by 20 points. The final score was 86-66. And at that point, the record was 10-4.
Yeah, at the time, Duke was actually ranked number 14 in the country when we played them. So they're a good team, obviously. The player of the game, pretty much the only person that did anything, was Malik Brown. He had a career-high 26 points, 7 rebounds, 1 steal in 33 minutes. So
awesome.
Malik had everything figured out. Can't really say the same about anybody else besides our other one key contributor.
Yeah, so that would be Judah Mintz, another surprise. But Judah had 18 points, 4 rebounds, 6 assists, 3 steals in 39 minutes. So had to have Judah playing basically the entire game.
I mean, no one should be surprised about that. Nobody should be surprised that he was one of the ones to figure it out because he normally is, even if we're losing by, 50 points or whatever. Judah usually has it figured out. And it's funny because the game yesterday, I was watching the post-game interview, and then the reporter was like, what went wrong with your guys' game? And Judah's like, my game or the team's game? And the reporter was like, no, the team's game, like, sorry. And Judah was like, yeah, nothing was off about my game. Like, and this was the game from yesterday when we lost, which we'll cover, obviously. Other stats. Yikes. J.J. Starling had 9 points, 3 rebounds in 35 minutes. Quadir Copeland, 6 points, 3 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals in 26 minutes. Chris Bell, 2 points, 1 rebound, 1 assist in 11 minutes. Benny Williams, 2 points, 5 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal, and a block in 18 minutes. Kyle Cuff, a whopping 2 points, 1 rebound, 1 assist in 9 minutes. Justin Taylor, your starter, and he contributed 1 point, 4 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 block in 22 minutes.
Terrible.
And then Naheem McLeod had a whopping 2 rebounds, 1 block, and 7 minutes. So,
you know, 1 or 2 or 0 points here and there from basically everyone but 3 or 4 players. So,
yeah, exactly.
Great job, team. Some notes from the game. Duke's player Mark Mitchell killed us in the first half. So
we had no answer. And
yeah.
another thing, which we're going to be talking about pretty much the whole episode, Chris Bell has a very short leash, and I am quite sick of it, to tell you the godforsaken truth. I'm quite sick of it.
Exactly. This one makes me laugh. Quadier makes several mistakes in a row, such as throwing the ball away, and he still stays in. Yet Chris does one thing, and he's subbed out. I don't like that. I mean, I understand, like, after a couple mistakes, like, yes, take him out, but why are you letting Quadier stay in? He's not even a starter.
Exactly. And Chris is literally the best 3-point shooter on the team. So what's that about? Surprisingly, we kept it close in the first half.
Very surprisingly. Filipowski and McCain got going in the second half, so that, made it not good for us, and we really went into a deficit.
Moon to Jared McCain. Moon to him.
It prompted the Duke Devils to go on a run, which is not good to see ever.
And not from this game, but it was recently seen on Instagram that Kyle Cuff was wearing a boot, and nothing happened from this. It was just very random and weird.
That's so odd.
I mean, interesting. Let's just say interesting. Next game, we had Boston College at Syracuse. Syracuse won 69-59.
They're almost always a guaranteed win, but player of the game, great game for Chris Bell. Finally, he, gets some recognition. He had 20 points, 2 rebounds, 1 assist, and he played 28 minutes. So, awesome game by Chris. Some other key contributors. Malik also had a really good game with 19 points, 8 rebounds, 4 assists in 34 minutes.
Judah Mintz had 10 points, 1 rebound, 3 assists in 31 minutes, and he did not start this game to a small violation of team rules. So it was very interesting, seeing the starting lineup, not seeing Judah, and freaking out. I was like, what are we doing?
What did we miss?
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, it was a small violation of team rules. Coach Red said it was nothing serious, and he ended up starting the next game. So good. At least it's not a long-term suspension like some people.
True that. Some other stats, we got Quadier Copeland with 7 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists in 27 minutes. Justin Taylor, pretty good game for him with 7 points, 7 rebounds, 1 assist in 29 minutes. Kyle Cuff, 3 points, 1 rebound, 10 minutes. Benny Williams, 1 point, 3 rebounds in 13 minutes. JJ Starling had 2 points, which is just crazy. And 1 assist, 4 rebounds in 24 minutes. And Monir Hema got 4 minutes of playing time. No recorded stats.
Jeez, JT must have had a season high in this game. I mean, 7
It might have been.
Wow. Some notes from this game. As mentioned, Judah didn't start, which is different, but Quadier got the chance to start. And personally, we enjoyed that lineup, having Judah come off the bench. I was thinking, maybe they're not going to be ready for Judah, because you always think of Syracuse basketball, you think Judah.
Yeah.
But him coming off the bench really provided a different spark for us. I kind of liked it.
Yeah, it was cool. Also, Benny Williams played some center in this game, which we really haven't seen before. And Coach Red says that could be a new normal if we need to sub someone in. So, with McLeod out and people like Hema don't really do a ton for the team. So, Benny at the center is interesting.
Yeah, literally. And it was announced this game that Naheem McLeod has an injured foot, as Emal just mentioned. And we later found out that he had foot surgery and will miss the rest of the season. So, moon to us.
Yeah, that's honestly too bad, really.
Naheem's not the best player. He's not our favorite player, but when it comes to depth, he is a player.
Yeah.
At that, he is a player and he is a
We
body.
need a center on our team, so.
As Jim Boeheim once quoted about Ron Patterson back in the good old days of Syracuse basketball, he's just a body out there. He doesn't really do anything, but he is a body, and we need him. So
That's true, you know?
I'll insert that here. Another tough loss for Syracuse at number 7 at the time, North Carolina. They lost 103-67. Do you mean just a
Ugh,
god awful game?
terrible.
Player of the game, Judah Mintz with 21 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists in 28 minutes. So Judah, really a quiet 21. Wasn't really talked about like at all, but he
Mhm.
had 21 nonetheless.
Yeah. Other key contributors, Quadier had another really great game. He had 16 points, 2 rebounds, 1 assist. He did have 6 turnovers, though, which is quite concerning, but in 22 minutes. And also,
Before you talk
you're
about
good.
Chris,
Mm-hmm.
Quadier, this is not Arby's. We do not sell turnovers.
Yeah, seriously.
Turnovers. We're not Arby's. All right, sorry.
That's crazy. I mean, when you're doing all of that, no wonder you lose by like 30 points, turning the ball over. But Chris Bell had 13 points, and he was 3 for 3 from the 3-point territory, and he had 1 rebound, and he played 22 minutes.
Say
Like that.
fast. 3 for 3 from
Exactly.
3-point territory. That's a tongue twister. But yeah, like Emo, I think you were about to say, Chris, 3 for 3 from 3. Come on.
Yeah, exactly. Some other stats, we got JJ Starling with 8 points, 1 rebound, 1 assist, 1 steal in 25 minutes. Malik Brown had 6 points, 8 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals, and 1 block in 28 minutes. And Peter Carey had a whole 2 points, 1 rebound, 2 blocks, which is pretty good, in 9 minutes. Cam, if you want to cover the rest.
Yeah, Peter, congratulations. I think that's like your best stat line ever. Anyways, Benny Williams, another game with 1 point. I mean, come on, Benny. Like, seriously? 1 point?
Better. I mean, you can do better. We know it.
1 point, 1 rebound, 1 assist, 2 steals, a block in 14 minutes. JT, not getting in the scores column. 4 rebounds, 26 minutes. I mean, you're worthless. Sorry, I'm going to say it. JT, you're worthless. Can't stand you. Like, go to Lemoyne or something. They're D1 now. Go there. Jeez.
There you go.
Another worthless player, Kyle Cuff. 4 rebounds, 1 assist, 2 steals, 19 minutes. And I'm sorry, you guys. I'm saying how it is from now on. If I don't like somebody or somebody's not good, they're getting called out on the Live with the 315 podcast.
Exactly.
So, Kyle Cuff, Justin Taylor, worthless. Go to Lemoyne. Go play
Moon
with
to you.
Binghamton. Moon. Yeah, exactly. Nico Ruffin had a whopping 1 rebound in 2 minutes. Monir Hema played 3 minutes, and Anthony Clayton played 2 minutes, and neither did anything. So congratulations, Ace. You got in the game for a whopping 2 minutes. Maybe burn some calories with your cardio. I don't know. Congrats.
All right. Some notes from the game. This was very upsetting to many, but ESPN cut the game with about a minute and a half left, which is just ridiculous. Like, that never happens, no matter who's up, who's down by however many points. The game should be shown for the full 40 minutes.
I didn't get to see Ace play, and I'll get into that in a second, but I was sleeping because I couldn't watch this team perform because they were terrible in the first. So I said, screw this. I'm going back to bed.
Yeah.
Back to bed. But yeah,
it was very frustrating. And like, even my grandpa told me that it got cut, and like, he's 83. He was very upset. Like, why are you doing this, ESPN? Like, moon to you.
Moon to you, exactly. Anyways, moving on. UNC was full court pressing, went up 21 points in the first half. So,
oh my gosh,
rude.
They were at it the whole game.
JJ had 4 fouls very early in the second half, but never fouled out, which is pretty good, pretty amazing. Like, shout out to JJ for that, not fouling out. Malik had a hard time guarding and rebounding against Armando Bacot. I said this going into the game. I said, Malik's going to have an issue, and who was right?
Yep, exactly. We need a real center.
Yeah, exactly. And like I said before, I usually watch the game no matter what the score, but we were playing so bad that I went back to bed at halftime because I said, I'm not doing this.
Not worth your time or frustration.
Exactly. I couldn't stand to watch the game, so I went back to bed. Just terrible.
All right. So a recap of when we played Pitt the second time. Syracuse won once again, and the final score was 69-58. So really good game for us. The player of the game was JJ Starling. I feel like finally JJ gets player of the game.
This
It's
is
always
his first nomination of player of the game.
Yeah.
We've had some weird ones, like Quadier's been one. It's been, I think, Chris, Quadier, Judah, JJ, Malik.
Yeah.
Those have been the 5 we've had.
I think so.
Anyways, continue JJ's stat line.
17 points, 3 rebounds, 1 block in 36 minutes. And other key contributors, Judah, surprise, surprise, 14 points, 9 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 steals in 39 minutes. And Chris Bell with 10 points and 1 assist in 16 minutes.
Before we move on, I just want to say, I was not happy. Like, yeah, we won, yippee. But Chris Bell, 10 points, 4 for 5 from the field, and he plays 16 minutes. I mean, come on. You got worthless Justin Taylor with 6 points, 5 rebounds, and he played 18 minutes. And Chris Bell has 10 and 16 minutes, and he's not even shooting bad. Like, what is the thought process when we are subbing? Like,
literally,
I like Autry as a coach, and I said this to Emo a million times. I like Autry as a coach, but he subs way too much. And Train in the background, shut up.
I hear that.
But, like, we sub way too much. I mean, Chris was playing good, and he played 16 minutes. I mean, come on. I could see if he was missing, 3-4 shots in a row. He was 4 for 5 the entire game. I mean, what are we doing? It's so annoying. Like,
yeah.
Hashtag let Chris play. That's all I'm going to say because I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. Chris Bell is a great player, and we love Chris Bell here at the Vibe of the 3-5 podcast.
Yes, we do.
Other stats. Quadier Copeland had 8 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists in 27 minutes. I got a little ahead of myself there, sorry. Benny Williams, 7 points, 5 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal, 1 block in 20 minutes. Worthless had 6 points, 5 rebounds in 18 minutes. Worthless number 2 from Kansas, Kyle, had 5 points, 1 rebound in 10 minutes. Malik Brown, 2 points, 5 rebounds, 1 assist, 2 steals in 26 minutes. Not a great game from him. Peter Carey, 1 rebound, 1 assist, 4 fouls, 7 minutes. Does not break the record of 5 fouls in 8 minutes earlier in the year. And Monir Hema logged a whopping 1 minute. And I just want to say, Malik Brown had a tough game because he had 7-footers on him the whole game between Guillermo Diaz-Graham, Jorge Diaz-Graham, and Federico. They have 3 7-footers that are actually good, so not surprised Malik didn't play well. Emo, let's get into some notes from this game.
So in this game, there was an altercation, and I believe we're going to play the video for you guys and kind of break it down, but I believe the players involved were Quadier. I think he was the main one from Syracuse involved.
Yeah. It was Quadier and Blake Hinson from Pitt, and then Benny ended up stepping in for us. All right, you guys. Here is the breakdown for the Syracuse and Pitt altercation, let's call it. It might be a little laggy, so sorry in advance, but we're going to try our best like we did for the Doug Edit versus Judah fight. So here we go. All right. Actually, hold on. Let me turn off the audio because I don't want to hear it. So I can actually hear Emal too. All right. Second time. Here we go. Number 15 from Pitt right here has the ball. JJ's attempting to guard him. Pitt, number 15, shoots. Here, I actually need to slow this down. Here, let's do that. Playback speed, 0.5. Better. All right, goes slower. That dude shoots the ball. Benny gets the rebound and loses it, as you can see here. That's Quadier. Benny, worthless. AJ, I think. Judah, probably. That's my guess. Yeah. I know that's Quadier, and that's your main target. That's your main focus right here. Sorry, it's a little blurry. I don't know why ESPN or whoever uploaded this has terrible quality. At this point, Benny and Quadier are going for the ball, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Pitt guys are around. Ball is still loose here. Benny's on the floor, and Quadier makes a diving play. I mean, you're not in baseball, but we'll take it. Quadier is surrounded. You see how many yellow jerseys? We see 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 5 yellow jerseys. And this guy right here sticking out his buttocks is the main target on Pitt. All right, so actually ESPN switches the angle for this. It's actually kind of cool. So at this point, they're fighting for the ball. And here is where the main event happens, right here. You can see Quadier and Hinson, too, are scuffling for the ball. The referee has blown the whistle at this point. You can see Hinson is still trying to get the ball, and Quadier does not appreciate that. And he kind of shoves him off. I mean, he's still going for the ball like 3 seconds after the ref blew the whistle. Still going for the ball. At this point, you can see Benny Williams shoves Blake Hinson out of the way, and Hinson tries to go right back after Benny, and it is broken up at this point. And as you can see right here, Judah literally grabs and drags Quadier away from the scene, and technical fouls are given out for all. So Blake Hinson, this is your fault. I thought he should have gotten a double technical because
really.
I mean, come on. It was way after the whistle. Obviously, Quadier's not going to be happy about it. Nobody's going to be happy about it. But, like, Hinson should have gotten a double technical and ejected. Here's it again in actual time. So you can see Quadier has the ball. Hinson, at this point, the whistle is blown, and Hinson is still going after. Like, come on, dude. Quadier doesn't appreciate that. I mean, I wouldn't either. And shout out to Benny for actually sticking up for his peers and taking a tech, because can't let people do that. I mean, he's literally standing over Quadier and trying to get the ball. Like, moon to you.
Crazy.
So that was a little altercation. I mean, not terrible. I mean, a few shoves, nothing, no slaps, no punches.
No punches, yeah.
But yeah, this was a little altercation. I mean, I was cracking up because, I mean, who else but Benny would step in? Alrighty, let me stop sharing my screen so it doesn't double us. Confirm. Alrighty. Let me scroll back up. There we go. That's where I need to be. Alrighty. Getting back into the breakdowns, Benny and Blake Hinson received techs for the incident, as we already said. And this is actually a quad 1 win for the Syracuse Orange. So really big win for us on the road. Love to see it.
Needed that.
Definitely.
All right. More recently, Syracuse versus Miami. Syracuse won this game 72-69. What a close one. Player of the game was Quadier Copeland. He had 11 points, 6 rebounds, 2 steals in 30 minutes. And what really made him player of the game was the game-winning shot he made when the time was expiring.
Yep. So your hero from this game was Quadier Copeland. I mean,
never expected it.
I know. Other key contributors, J.J. Starling had 22 points, and he was 6 of 10 from three-point territory. So he shot the He shot the ball really well in this game. He also had 3 rebounds, 1 assist, and played 35 minutes. Chris Bell had 12 points, 2 rebounds, 1 assist in 28 minutes. Judah had 10 points, 8 rebounds, 13 assists, 2 steals in 36 minutes. And one thing that was actually really cool about this is that Judah was so close to a triple-double. ESPN actually put him on triple-double watch. Like, I've never seen this before, but it's like a huge, like, basically it looks like we're like having like a winter weather advisor or something. Like, it's like on the bottom scroll, it's like breaking news. Judah Mintz is on triple-double watch. Tune into whatever channel it's on to see. Like, it's actually really cool. Like, they do like a whole thing about him being on triple-double watch. So that was actually cool. Obviously didn't end up getting it, but still had a double-double, and he played good. So, yeah. And then Malik Brown, 10 points, 11 rebounds, so a double-double for him as well. 2 assists, 2 steals, and played 36 minutes. So, really, a lot of guys played well, honestly.
Yeah. Some other stats, Benny Williams with 5 points, 3 rebounds, 1 assist in 16 minutes. Justin Taylor, 2 points, 2 rebounds, 1 assist, 14 minutes. And Kyle Cuff with a recorded 5 minutes. That's all.
Terrible. Notes from this game. As I wrote this, things have changed more recently, But JJ has been a completely different player the past 2 games, really playing like the McDonald's All-American he was out of high school. Malik Brown had 4 fouls for the majority of the second half, and Miami was without their starting center. I don't know why I keep screwing up my wording, but Miami was without their starting center. Miss Mingle, do you want to cover the rest of the notes from this game?
Yes. So Chris sat for a while in the second half, but he came in and he hit 2 huge 3-points for us. Both of them tied the game at that point. Have you been saying Chris is our best 3-point shooter, you know? And Kyle was put in for 1 defensive possession, and with roughly a minute left after Chris committed a foul, Chris was visibly upset to be subbed out in the situation. And I can't say I blame him either. He was the whole reason we were even in the game at that point because of the 3 points he hit.
Exactly. I mean, he was like visibly, like I was watching the game, he was like actually upset. Like he was like kind of like ripping on his jersey. He didn't actually rip it, but he was like tugging on it a little bit. Like he was like, come on, man. Like I can't blame him for being mad. Like he's the whole reason we're in the game and he gets subbed out for 1 possession for sorry, Kyle. Like, come on.
6'2" Kyle, whoop-de-doo.
Yeah, whoop-de-doo-dah. All right. The most recent game. We're gonna be caught up, you guys. Surprise, surprise. Syracuse versus Florida State, and Syracuse lost 85-69. And the Syracuse Orange are now 13-6 on the year overall. So terrible game. Terrible.
Player of the game was Judah Mintz. He had 28 points, 2 rebounds, 3 assists in 39 minutes. Other key contributors, JJ Starling had 10 points. He was 4 for 14 from the field, 0 and 5 from the 3-point territory, and he had 2 rebounds in 36 minutes. So
not a good game.
He was off. He was not shooting good at all.
Nobody was shooting good. Like literally nobody. We couldn't buy a free throw in the first half. I mean, come on. Some other stats. Malik Brown, 8 points, 12 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal, 1 block, 32 minutes. Pretty good game. Kyle Cuff, has to be career high. 7 points, 1 rebound, 1 assist, 1 block in 17 minutes. Chris Bell had 5 points, only 2 for 9 from the field, 3 rebounds, 1 steal, 2 blocks in 28 minutes. Like we said, nobody could shoot. Literally nobody could shoot. Quadir Copeland, 5 points, 4 rebounds, 1 steal, 15 minutes. Benny Williams, 4 points, 8 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 block, 18 minutes. Worthless had 2 points, 2 rebounds, 2 steals in 12 minutes. Monir Hema, 1 rebound, 1 block, 1 minute. And Peter Carey, you guys, it's a historical day. Peter Carey went into the game and didn't commit a foul. Peter Carey played 2 minutes, so great job. Yippee.
All right, notes from the game. They aren't very good ones, you guys. We were in foul trouble the entire game. Malik had 4 fouls. Quadir had 4. Kyle had 3. JT had 3. Judah had 2. Benny had 2. And JJ had 1. So, I mean, at this point, tell me a player who didn't have fouls.
Chris Bell. Peter Carey, and Monir Hema. Those are the 3 guys that didn't foul for us.
And speaking of Chris, he was the only player that made a 3-point for us. What does that tell you, you guys?
Exactly. Some other notes. Quadir had 2 fouls within literally 80 seconds. He played 80 seconds in the first half, and he committed 2 fouls, and he was yoked right out of the game. So, yikes. That's just a yikes moment. And it was announced that 2024 5-star recruit, Syracuse signee, Donnie Freeman, has been named to the McDonald's All-American roster. So congrats, Donnie, and thank you, because you'll be having a card. So thanks for being elected to the team, so I can actually get you on cards next year. So appreciate that.
Yes.
Now, let's get into some net rankings. We've talked about this last year. It's time to bring it back because I'm hopeful to bring us to the tournament, and I don't know if I should be. So, we went into this week 68th overall in the net, which in theory, we should be a tournament team because there's 68 teams in the tournament. So, I mean, we should be a tournament team, but who knows? Like we had mentioned earlier, we're 13-6 on the year in Emal. Let's get into our splits.
All right. So we are at 9-1 at home and 3 for 3 on the road, and 2 for 2 in neutral site games. So kind of shows you we play best at home, obviously.
Yeah, exactly.
And then that shows that we are 1 for 2 in neutral site games because the win in Hawaii versus
Chaminade,
yeah,
how you say it?
yeah, that didn't count towards the net since they are not a Division I school. They're D2.
Yep. So we are 1-5 in quad one games, which is a yikes moment when that's the biggest stat that is tracked for tournament teams. So our only win in the quad one is at Pitt that we mentioned earlier, where Quad Ear got into a fight. Losses, quad one losses at UNC, at Duke, at Virginia, neutral games against Tennessee and Gonzaga, both coming in Hawaii. So overall, good teams. We've lost 2 teams we should have lost to, honestly. But if we want to make the tournament, we got to beat some quad one teams. We have a few good games still coming up. We have Clemson twice. We have UNC. If we beat Clemson there, I think that would be quad one. And if we beat UNC at all, it'll be a quad one. But we know what happened when we played UNC the first time. It was abysmal, to say the least. For quad two, we're 3-0 in quad two games, which is good, thankfully. Wins are neutral versus Oregon, which was played in the G League arena, versus Miami at home, versus Miami at home, the game winner that Quad Ear had, and versus Pitt at home. So those 2 Pitt games are really big for us, and hopefully, guys, we got to keep hoping that Pitt keeps playing good basketball so that our quad 2 win can be upgraded to a quad 1, so that both would be quad 1. They just beat Duke, so I mean, they could do anything. So we just got to hope they keep playing good. We don't play them again, so Panthers, please just play good basketball.
Facts.
All right, Miss Mingle, let's get into the quad 3 and quad 4 games.
All right, we are 5-1 in quad 3 games, and our losses are against Florida State, and our wins are all at home. And they're against Colgate, LSU, Cornell, Georgetown, and Boston College. And we are 3-0 in quad 4 games, and our wins are at home versus New Hampshire, Canisius, and Niagara.
Just crazy. We lose to Florida State, and it's a quad 3 loss, which is terrible. And that's a quad 1 game for them. So,
That's weird.
Great game to lose, guys. Great game to lose. And this is what Syracuse should do. I mean, this is just my personal opinion. As I've said before, this is Cam's fantasy land where everything goes right. Starters. Not Justin Taylor. No, never Justin Taylor.
He would never be a starter.
Starters. Judah Mintz, JJ Starling, Chris Bell, Malik Brown, and Guillermo Diaz-Graham. That's right. I think we should get some transfers. Two of them being from Pitt, the Diaz-Graham brothers. Bench. Naheem, Jorge Diaz-Graham, as I just mentioned. Quad Ear, Elijah Moore, Donnie Freeman, Chance Westry, Benny, and another wing transfer. And Emal, let's get into our hidden treasure that we found last night.
All right. So one potential transfer option that we found is Jalen.
I want to say it's Celestine.
That's what I was thinking. Celestine from the University of California. So he's a 6'7" redshirt junior from Ajax, Ontario. This year he's averaging 7.3 points, 3.1 rebounds, and is shooting about 46% from the field. And he's shooting about 48% behind the arc. He was a 3-star recruit out of high school, and he's from Glen Head, New York, which is on Long Island. So, he could be someone really good for the team to have off the bench, a good 3-point shooter, which we need more of for sure.
I was saying last night, I was like, who do we get? And I was like, we need somebody that's like Justin Taylor, but that's not Justin Taylor. Like, we need somebody that's built like Justin Taylor that could actually play well, but it's just not Justin Taylor. One thing that's not on the script that I want to touch on that we recently found out is that Naheem McLeod actually I forgot to put this on the script, but I want to mention it. It was we recently found out because I was looking at 24/7s the other night because we were bored, and Naheem was committed to go to Florida State out of high school, had such terrible grades that he ended up having to go to, what was it, like some JUCO school in Florida because his
Yeah.
grades were so bad,
Mhm.
and it apparently like taught him a lesson. So he played a year at JUCO and then went to Florida State and then transferred here, which I just thought was very interesting. And like
Oh
it's
yeah.
crazy how literally no one talks about it, but it happened. So I mean, I was shocked when I found this out. I mean, I wasn't so shocked, but I mean, I didn't know it, so I was like, wow, like that's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Like no
Never heard
wonder
it
he's not
before.
that great. And then
Right.
getting back into my fantasy land where everything goes perfect for Syracuse basketball and we win a championship every year. Cuts, worthless, number 1 and 2, JT and Kyle. Go play for Lemoyne.
Bye-bye.
Go play for Lemoyne. Like seriously.
10 minutes down the road.
William Patterson, you could use some work in the elite games. Play for them over the summer.
Yeah, there you go.
Monier, I don't have anything ill to say about him. I don't mind him. He's just not that great. And then Peter, go and play for like, I don't even know, Cortland State. Like, go to Cortland, Peter. Like, you're that bad. Go. Like, bye. I'm sick of everyone that was listed besides Hema. Like, Hema's the only competent peer out of all of them.
Yes.
All right, Ema, here's going into our tomfoolery of the week. So, do you want to explain our little shenanigan for the week? Or would
Sure.
you like to
So, we're switching up the take of the week, chump of the week, and show and tell. So I'm going to be doing a take of the week and a chump of the week, and Cam has a show and tell item this week. So we're flipping our special segments. So.
Yeah, funny enough, National Opposite Day is Thursday, January 25th. So this is a little opposite day tomfoolery to you guys. So,
yes.
Ema, this is going to be weird saying this, but Ema, your take of the week.
So my take of the week, I think we've possibly mentioned this before, but my take is that the Baltimore Ravens will win the Super Bowl and defeat the 49ers. So it's kind of two predictions, but I think the Super Bowl will be the Ravens and the 49ers. And I think the Ravens will win. I want the Ravens to win. So that's my take. And, the Super Bowl colors agree with that. So we'll see what happens.
Anybody but the Chiefs. I don't really care. Like, if the Lions want to make it, I don't really care. But anybody but the Chiefs at this point. I mean,
yeah.
Thank you, Chiefs, for knocking out the Buffalo Bills. I mean, thank you. That's all I can say. Thank you. But now it's your time to lose. So lose.
Yeah.
Please. All right, Emo, your chump for the week, and I know who it is, and it's a great pick. It's just a great.
So this should be no surprise, and this episode we've been calling him worthless. So the chump of the week is worthless, Justin Taylor. So it's just, honestly, he literally played better last year. So I don't even know what happened. He's gotten worse somehow. But statistically, like, you'd think Justin Taylor would be scoring 8-10 points a game. And lots of times he's scoring 2-4 points. And he's a starter, which I do not understand. So it's just frustrating because we really expected a lot more out of JT, and he just has not stepped up to the plate.
He shouldn't even be a starter. I mean, honestly. All right, let's look at his season averages. I'm here on the ESPN app. Download it if you don't have it. It's great for college basketball.
Very good.
You can see his
grin.
You can see his smug little grin. Averages 5.7 points a game, 5.1 rebounds, 1.3 assists, and is shooting a whopping 31.7% from the field. So you guys, that's not just us. Like we're not making this up. I mean, look at this. All right, we got leaders: Judah, JJ, Chris, Malik, Quadir, and then it's JT, Like, come on.
Quadir should star over him, like literally.
I mean, it's just ridiculous. Averaging 25.1 minutes a game, averaging 5.7 points. Quadir averages 21.2 minutes and 8.5 points. Chris averaging 24.4 minutes, averages 10 points, almost 11. Like, come on. Like, Justin, sorry, but your nickname is going to be worthless because that's what you are. And I cannot stand you. So I don't care where you go. Here, Emo, let's list them a few options. You got Lemoyne. You got Binghamton. You got Cortland. I mean, what others? OCC. Go to OCC for all I care. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Somebody commented the other day on a press conference, and I couldn't agree more. So they said, Justin Taylor sucks. But that's what happens when you recruit Division II talent. And I couldn't give that comment a thumbs up faster. I mean, that was pure knowledge. I mean,
very knowledgeable.
We're
not like Sam said, we're not the only ones that think that.
He had 25 points when Judah got ejected and Doug was ejected and everything. He had 25 and he carried the team. And I said,
he does that.
I said,
so you think,
geez, you know, he could be the next Buddy. You know, actually,
that's what I thought.
And not be worthless. But I mean, what is even his comparison? What is even his comparison at this point? Benny, like. Wow, great comparison. You see how that one's worked out. Anyways, my show and tell item, a very knowledgeable player, somebody that we love here at 5-0-5. It's I don't know if you can see, you probably can. It's a Chris Bell signed 1-of-1 card. And I actually achieved getting this signed at that event that I vlogisoded. I think that's what I called it. But it was like that mall event where it was like a meet and greet. I think I showed it in that. But I got Chris on this card, and I love Chris because Chris is cool. Chris is Chris. He's not Justin, so we can support Chris. But yeah, Chris Bell, 1-of-1. I'm the only peer that has this in the world, so I'm cool. So Chris Bell is liked around here. Chris Bell should play more, and Justin Taylor should play less. If you agree with that, put hashtag play Chris Bell in the comments because I think that's the hashtag I'm going to go with. Either that or hashtag Justin Taylor is worthless. Either one would work.
Yeah.
Other than that, that's pretty much it for this episode. I'm sorry once again for slacking. There's been a lot going on. Peers have been busy. So hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Miss Mingles, would you like to add anything to this outro?
Like, comment, subscribe, share, enter a giveaway so we can actually do it.
Yeah, literally. Play Chris Bell some more, Coach Red. Stop playing Justin. Listen to our suggestions, such as getting...
And look into Jalen Celestine.
Yeah, please. I mean, you guys, how do we get this? How do we relay this information to Coach Red that he should look into this dude? I mean, geez, I wish Daddy Adam could provide the funds because I'd say, Adam, tell this dude you'd provide funds and then he'd come here. But Daddy Adam was kicked out of the program. It's very sad. It's very, very sad. Other than that, you guys, hope you enjoyed this classic tomfoolery and salute to your peers.